Hi all, this is Rashmi from the Curiosity Learning Center. We are a group of people who have initiated this branch in Gulbarga in order to teach them science, maths and English grammar for the classes of 8th, 9th and 10th, and for the PU1 and PU2 maths and physics. And we have other goals also, but for now we are with this. So every week we will try to deliver a content on one of the topics, either from your 8th standard, 9th standard or 10th standard, and also in the PU1 and PU2. Here today I am going to start a topic called force and pressure from the 8th standard. So friends and students, let us together explore this topic. So if I ask you a question, what is the thing that is required to stop something that is moving, or to move something that is at rest, or to hold something that is falling, or to throw something to some other place? So what is the need for all this activity? Then let us take a break here. Let me not give you a direct word, because you also know what is that word. So, for example, just sit and think for a while. You do any activity, okay, like pushing something, pulling something, like lifting something, catching something, holding something, throwing something. These all things are involved either by a push or by a pull. And these two words, push and pull, are the most important factor to bring a change in the position of an object. Either it might be a position, or it might be a shape, or it might be anything, dimensions of an object. Then, to bring that change in an object, we require either the push or a pull. So these together words is called as a force. Force is a word that is defined as either a push or a pull on an object. So how is this force, how is this push and pull gonna affect an object? Before trying to understand that, let us try to dig how is this force gonna change the attitude of an object. In a box, consider a box in your room, and you and your friend standing at the two opposite faces of a box, and you are applying equal amount of forces on that object. So what do you think? How will that object move? This is the first case. The second case is, this person is applying more force than this person. So how will the box respond in the second case? And in the third case, if both of them are applying in this direction, how is the box going to respond? And in the fourth case, if the box is already moving by itself by some electronic process, and if both of you are trying to apply the force in the same direction as that of the box moving, how will the box respond? And in the fifth case, if both of you or single you is trying to apply the force in the opposite direction as that of the box moving, how will the box respond? So in the first case, what happens? Yes, it comes to rest, because it's already in the rest. And again, if you are applying equal amount of force on that object at both the faces, opposite faces, obviously it will come into the rest. That's a common sense thing. The second thing is, what did I say? This person is applying more force than this person on this object. Obviously, then this box is going to move and push that person into the air, because this person has applied more amount of force. And the third case is, if both of you are applying in this direction, obviously the box moves in this direction. There is no. And the fourth case was, if the box is already moving, then you both are again pushing, or singly you pushing, then the box moves in the same direction. And fifth case, if the box is moving in this direction and if this person is applying the force in this direction, and if this person's force is more than the force that is being already applied on this box, then this box will try to move in this direction. Or it will come to rest if equal amount of force is applied, or it will move to this direction and make again this person to fly if this person is not that strong. So what did we try to analyze by taking the 5 cases is, the force is going to add up if you're acting in a direction that is already the box is moving. When analyzing these 5 cases, what did I try to deliver is, if the box is moving with certain amount of force, and if you can add to that force, you can subtract to that force, you can increase to that force, you can increase that force, or you can decrease the force by understanding in which direction you are applying the force. For example, if the box is moving in this direction, if you are acting in this direction, then the box moves further. In the sense, the force is going to add up, or the force is going to increase. The box will move with the increased speed than it was before. Or if you are acting in the opposite direction, if the box is moving and if you are applying in this direction, the box decreases its force. Here the subtraction of the force takes place. Let us see how does it affect an object. How does it affect an object? There are 3 things that have been defined here. It is going to change the state. How? For example, if the person is sitting in the room at rest and meditating, if you go and push that person or pull that person, then the state of that person is going to change. Either he'll fall that side, either he'll fall on you, whatever may happen, but he'll change the state of rest. If you apply more force, only if you apply more force, then that person is having. Else your state will change. So it is going to change the state of a person, state of an object. Consider if I hit a ball on this wall, then what happens on this wall? What happens? If the ball is coming in this direction, the force of a wall makes the ball to change the state of its motion. In the sense, if it doesn't move in this direction, it doesn't continue in this direction. It would have continued if the force of this object is greater than the force of this object, but that is not happening. If there was a thin glass sheet, then it would have broken and it would have continued its motion in that direction. But since it's a wall with the greater force, it is trying to change the motion of an object. It throws back and it makes the ball to move in opposite direction. So this is how the force is going to change the motion of an object. And the third case is change in shape. Yeah, if there is some balloon or if there is a pillow, if I apply the force on it, it will deform and it will happen something else. So either it will change in state, change in motion, or change in shape, or sum of all, or sum of 2, or simply 1. So this is how the force is going to act on an object, and this is how the force will affect an object. It is a muscular force that enables to perform all the activities like bending, lifting, all that we do with our body. It is because of muscular forces. Animals also make this muscular force usage to carry the objects from place to place. So, the nature of force is being divided into 2 types, contact force and non-contact force. What is this contact force? When 2 objects are in contact with each other and the effect that they produce, that is called as a contact force. And non-contact forces without objects coming actually into a contact, if they produce some force, that is called as a non-contact force. For example, if I want to move an object from place A to place B, I cannot just direct that object by using some hypnotization. Can't do it, right? If I would have done, I would have been something else today. I would have allowed my all things by sitting here and moving from this place to that place. I regret for not getting that type of ability. However, if I want to move an object from place A to place B, then I have to take that object in my hand and I have to carry that on my head or in my hands or in my back. I have to move that object to place B. So what am I doing here? I am carrying that force and touching that object. So what am I doing here? I am carrying that object. I am holding that object. My hands can feel the presence of that object. My head, if I am carrying on my head can feel the presence of an object. So this type of a force where the object is being deformed or changed their position or motion, whatever, by actually coming into a contact with that object, such force is called as a contact force. For example, already one I have told you, and animals use their muscular activity for carrying an object from place to place. All this comes under the contact forces. Consider if I am playing in the ground and if I throw the ball up, it will fall down. There is not even a ball to stop that ball, but still that falls. So good rhyming words, right? So by this example, we see that there is something that is pulling ball to the ground. And we cannot see anything with our eyes. But there is something that is called as a gravity. So gravity is what? It's the fundamental force in our nature. Wherever there is a mass, there is a gravity. The heavier the mass, heavier the gravity. What is gravity? It is a push. Not push, sorry. It's a pull of an object towards the heavier mass. So Earth is having a heavier mass compared to the balls that have thrown. Therefore, the ball falls down towards the Earth without actually presence of an acting of a force from there to here. So this is an example of a non-contact force. Without coming in contact, without the Earth actually touching the ball, the Earth pulls the ball towards itself. Such type of a force which you cannot actually see the presence of that. So such type of a force where there is an actual non-involvement of another object on the other object. So such type of a force where we see that another object is not in a contact with the other object but still it acts on this object. Such type of a force is called as a non-contact force. There are many examples in your textbook. One is gravity, the other is magnets, the other is electrostatic force. These type of examples come under the non-contact forces. So now you understood the nature of the forces, right? Thank you. So now you understood the nature of the forces, right? Further. So such type of a force where we see that another object is not in a contact with the other object but still it acts on this object. Such type of a force is called as a non-contact force. There are many examples in your textbook. One is gravity, the other is magnets, the other is electrostatic force. These type of examples come under the non-contact forces. So now you understood the nature of the forces. Another keyword that is there in your textbook called friction. What is this friction? It is the force that is responsible between the ball and the surface that is allowing the ball to decrease its speed after a while or come to a rest. So that force we call as friction. So friends, today I have delivered you the concept of force. it force and pressure topic in the class 8 chapter. In the next week, I'll deliver on the pressure. Hope you have enjoyed. Hope you have got certain clarifications. If not, you can mention whatever you feel in the comment box. We are always ready to listen to you. We are here to help you, and we are also here to learn from you. Hope to see you again. Take care. Hope you like this video. Please hit the like, subscribe the button, and also share if you find this is the need for others too. So see you soon again. Take care. Bye bye. ಆಯ್ತು.